Video games thrive on tension, and one of the quickest ways to build it is violence. I mean, I like a violent video game as much as the next guy. But I'm not here to debate whether violence in games is a good thing. It is. But I do want to talk about another trend that I've been noticing. Another way that games build tension. One that's quieter, more personal, and honestly, just as effective. Climbing. I love a good climbing mechanic. It's quiet, it's tense, it's beautiful, and terrifying at the same time. Just you, your grip, and gravity. No guns required. Do you ever stop and think about that? How a simple climb can feel more tense than a boss fight? I do. All the time. And right now, climbing is having a moment. It feels like developers around the world all had the same idea at once. It's like an Ants Bugs Life situation. That climbing feels good. And they're asking, what if climbing was the whole game? Honestly, I'm here for it. Because for so long, climbing in games felt like filler. It was just there. Ladders you climbed because the stairs weren't an option. Let's go back. I remember playing Donkey Kong for the first time. You climbed toward danger. You climbed to survive. And then Ice Climber took it a step further. Climbing was the whole game. Bionic Commando. No jump button, just a grappling hook arm. Swinging, grabbing, climbing. Or Prince of Persia that made every ledge grab look real and precarious. And then Tomb Raider, with Lara Croft clinging to ledges like a pro. I definitely stopped and swung the camera around just to admire it. The climbing. Climbing was cinematic, but still clunky. And then everything changed for me with one game. Shadow of the Colossus. Do you remember that first Colossus? I can still feel my sweaty palms on the controller, watching my stamina drain as I clung desperately to shaking fur, reaching for the next stone or wooden ledge. It wasn't just cinematic, it was physical, it was visceral. You could feel the tension, the danger, the exhaustion. And that's when I realized climbing could carry a whole game. Breath of the Wild took that feeling and applied it everywhere. Climbing isn't just part of the map, it is the map. It turned every climb into a puzzle. It's not where's the ladder, it's how do I make it up a mountain? Have you ever felt that? That moment when you question your own plan because the game's weather just changed? That's good climbing design. And then a handful of indie games came along and changed how I thought about climbing forever. Grow Home, Flint Hook, A Short Hike. Each game made climbing such a joy in its own unique way. I started to see this mechanic evolve into a genre. And Celeste, a game explicitly about climbing a mountain. It feels incredible. It's tight, responsive, deliberate. It's everything I want a climbing game to be. It feels like a lot of these smaller indie games, they just get it. They've learned the right lessons. When I played Peak, I loved that the mountain itself became a procedural puzzle. In Karen, I caught myself leaning forward in my chair, physically tensing up as my character's fingers slipped and their strength drained. There's no enemies, there's no combat, it's just me versus a wall of rock. And Jusant rose even higher by taking an intricate climbing mechanic and combining it with environmental storytelling and a meditative atmosphere. Each of these games is saying something powerful. Climbing is enough. And that's what excites me the most. Climbing is evolving into a genre of its own. Can you imagine? Climbing roguelikes, climbing Metroidvanias, climbing farming simulators, narrative climbing adventures where every ascent tells a story. This is a whole design space that's only just being explored. It's not just borrowing cinematic aesthetics anymore. They're capturing the feel, tension, friction, vulnerability, persistence. So the next time you find yourself dangling from a Legend Zelda, or climbing up one stubborn rock at a time in Karen, or barely clinging to a cliff in Peak, think about it. You're not just climbing. You're wrestling with gravity itself. So what game do you think gets climbing right? Tell me in the comments below. I really want to know. I'll drop a link in the description to some of the games I talked about today, and you'll also find a link to our Substack, where we talk all about our game studio, and subscribers will be the first to get their hands on our debut game. Until next time, I'm Elliot from Human Computer. Thanks for watching.